What if I told you that you could have a fully private, real-time voice conversation with an AI and have it run entirely on your own laptop? And what if you could build the whole thing in less time than it takes to brew a pot of coffee? Well, today we're going to break down exactly how to do that with an almost unbelievable small amount of code.
You know, we have to start right here with the creator's own words, because they just perfectly capture that feeling you get when you see this thing work for the first time. It feels like it shouldn't be possible, but it is. So how simple are we really talking here?
19. That's the number. Just 19 lines of Python code. That's all that's standing between you and your very own private local voice assistant. It's kind of wild, and it really shows you just how accessible this powerful tech has become.
What does local AI actually get you? Well, it means you can have a conversation with an AI in real time, and, this is the big one, it's 100% private. Because it's all happening on your machine, nothing ever gets sent to the cloud. And get this, you don't need some massive supercomputer. This runs just fine on a standard modern MacBook.
So you're probably wondering, what's the magic trick here? How can 19 lines of code possibly pull all of this off? Well, it's not magic, but it's close. It's all thanks to 3 key pieces of software that work together beautifully. Let's break them down.
First up is Ollama. The easiest way to think about this is as the brain of our entire operation. It's this incredible tool that lets you download and run powerful large language models, like Google's Gemma, right there on your own computer, completely offline.
Okay, so we've got a brain, but a brain needs a voice, right? That is where Kokoro TTS comes into the picture. It's a really high-quality text-to-speech model that takes whatever text the brain generates and turns it into a surprisingly natural-sounding voice.
And finally, we need the glue that holds it all together. That's FastRTC. This is a brand new library from the team at Hugging Face, and if you follow AI, you know they're at the center of the open source community. This library just makes building real-time voice apps incredibly simple. It handles everything from grabbing audio from your mic to playing back the AI's response in one seamless stream.
All right, so we know the components. Now for the fun part. How do you get this thing running for yourself? Well, the setup is actually super straightforward. We can break it down into just 5 main steps.
First, you'll install a couple of things you need, like Ollama. Then, you just clone the project's code from GitHub. After that, you'll create what's called a virtual environment. It just keeps things nice and tidy, sync up the dependencies, and then you just run the Python script. That's really all it takes to get up and running.
Now, one quick heads up. The very first time you run the script, it's going to take a little bit longer. And that's because it needs to go out and download the language model from Ollama and the text-to-speech model. But don't worry, after that initial download, it'll be ready to go instantly every other time. So while that 19-line script is absolutely amazing for getting started, there's also a slightly more advanced version in the project that makes the whole experience even better. Let's take a quick look at what leveling up your code really gets you.
Okay, here's a side-by-side. The advanced script adds something called a system prompt, which is basically a set of instructions you give the AI before you even start talking. It also uses a slightly larger, smarter model, and, this is super helpful, it gives you live logging so you can see what's happening behind the scenes, which is awesome for debugging.
And this is a perfect example of why that system prompt is such a game changer. You can literally tell the AI, hey, you're on a voice call. Don't use emojis or anything you can't say out loud, because you can't say the thumbs up emoji. It's such a small change, but it makes the whole interaction way smoother.
So far, we've built a fantastic little chatbot that lives right on our computer. But honestly, this is just the beginning. The real next step in this whole evolution is turning our chatbot into a true AI agent. So, what's the difference? Well, it's a pretty big one.
It all comes down to one word: action. A chatbot just answers questions based on the text you give it. An AI agent, on the other hand, can actually do things. It can use tools, it can access live information, or it can perform actions on your computer to help you complete a task. It doesn't just talk, it acts. And this is where things get really exciting, because this opens up a whole world of incredible possibilities. I mean, you could connect this local AI to a phone line with a service like Twilio. You could give it tools to search your own files or browse the web. You could even have it follow complex reasoning frameworks to tackle multi-step problems. This little 19-line script is the foundation for building an AI that can truly be your assistant. So you see, this simple script isn't just some cool demo. It's a launchpad. It puts the power of a private, customizable voice AI right into your hands. And that leaves us with one final, pretty exciting question. Now that you can give your AI a voice, what will you ask it to do?